Hello, teachers, and welcome to the heart of lesson number 1, Patterns of Creation. So this lesson is going to be loosely looking at Genesis chapter 1, and we're going to be first introing this idea that humans are somehow connected to trees, and we're going to build on that through the rest of this fall semester. So the way that I'll do these heart of the lesson videos is I'm going to start off with just a quick overview as to what I'm going to teach on from the front. And then I will switch over to your personal station so that you get a great synopsis as to what you need to do. If you're curious about what the other teachers are doing, it's all there in the same lesson, so you can scroll through that and read through it and all that good stuff. But without further ado, so this first lesson is going to be very simple as far as what I'm doing from the front. I'm going to show a very short video that gives a quick synopsis as to what happens in the first 6 days of Genesis 1, all the way up until when humans are created. And then I'll take over and just finish off the idea that humans are created, and then God rested on the seventh day, and send them on their way to your station, which is all about this thing. Papa Joe. All right, so you are station number 3. Just that's where you are in the lesson, so you can find that spot down there. And you're going to be in room 5 this week, the room that you were in last year, the big room, which I'll probably bring down the tables too and like clear out that room so you have plenty of space in there for your activity. And you have the fun station tonight. You're not always going to have the fun station. There will be other weeks that you are teaching more of the content than you are going to teach tonight. Don't worry, I'm not putting you in that spot. It's gonna rotate from week to week as to who's doing heavier teaching and who's doing the funner activities. Your spot is really a review of what happens in Genesis 1, and the students, all 3 levels are going to be doing a relay race. It just might look a little different depending on what age group you have. So students will be given pieces of paper that hopefully, if I can get the materials, I think I have the materials upstairs, will have Velcro on them, and they'll be putting something that happened on one of the days of creation onto a paper that shows that it's in the correct order from day 1 through day 6. So if they have something about light, then they would go down and put it onto day 1. If they have human beings being created, they would go put that on day 6, so on and so forth. Now, with our youngest group, the salamanders, level 1, you are going to give them each of those papers in order from start to finish so that they don't have to think at all about where it goes. They just need to go down and put it at the first spot and onto the next spot and so on and so forth. I would even have you stay up there to kind of direct them where it goes, or if one gets put in the wrong spot, quickly move it over for the next student to come down. It's going to be fun enough for them just to run down to the front of the room and try to go as quick as they can and put something on there. It'll be great. Then afterwards, you can go through and, actually review what the 6 days of creation were. The older kids, frogs and toads, those you can mix up the order and actually have them try to be tested as to where does each thing go from day 1 to day 6. And once everything gets put up onto the board, if it's not correct, then they can keep going one at a time down there and try to switch it till it's correct. Or if it's taking forever, you can have the whole team go up to the front and have them work together to try to get it into the right order. Whoever gets it finished first wins, that kind of a thing. I would recommend, even though it seems really simple, for the frogs, that middle section, which is like, there's going to be a couple of first graders in there actually, and mostly second and third grade. I recommend putting the slide up onto the screen that shows what the order is from days 1 through 6. So they have that as a reference point as they're up there. As they're going fast, it'll probably still be a lot for them to think about, but hopefully it'll help them review it. After you finish the relay race, then you're going to go through what those 6 days were pretty quickly. And the big thing I want you to talk about is the fact that at the end of each day, God says, and it was good. And so you can have them, and then at the end of the first day, God said, it was good. They'll all say it together until you get to day 6, and they might say it was good, and you'll say, no, he didn't say that, and talk about how it was very good. And the last little piece, this is the most important thing, is that you're going to show them the verse, Ephesians 2:10. I'm using the New Living Translation just because it uses the word masterpiece instead of workmanship, which I feel like is an easier word for the kids to understand. But yeah, this is going to be our memory verse for the next few weeks until we intro Psalm 1, that we are God's masterpiece, created to do the good works that he in advance from long ago. I have like 3 different versions stuck in my head. I have a song ready to go for that will help them and myself memorize that verse. But yeah, you're going to talk about that verse and talk about how, like, we are the exclamation point at the end of God's creation, his most treasured, valuable possession. Joyce is going to be talking about how we were made in the image of God. So she'll explain that a little bit more as far as why it is that we're so valuable and so treasured by God, because unlike the rest of his creation, we were made in his image. Sorry for making this video so long, but hopefully that is helpful, and I'll catch you on Sunday and Wednesday.